What's up guys, you're watching India Today Tech, and in this video I'm going to unbox a very special thing, the iPad Pro 12.9 inch. This is the Wi-Fi plus cellular version that we have with us, and it's a 1 TB version that comes at 1,71,000 rupees. But iPad Pro is not really that expensive. It starts at about 89,000, and if you're planning to buy a smaller one, the 11 inch iPad Pro, it will cost you about 71,990. The iPad Pro also requires these two accessories to go with, and also this one since it doesn't have a headphone jack. So we'll also unbox all these things in this video. But first, let's quickly take the iPad Pro out of the box. You'll know the new iPad has a lot of changes done on it. Apple changed the interface from Lightning to USB-C, which is a more universal connecting system. As it's evident on the box itself, it has much thinner bezels now, and it's more compact than the last year's big iPad Pro. And the design is not really the curvy iPad we used to see. It's much more like the iPhone 5s, the squarish design with squarish sides and a very rectangular iPad Pro. So here it is. Let me pull it out of the box and keep it aside, and I'm going to pull out all the accessories in the box first. So in the first case, you have the leaflet that tells you how to set up the iPad Pro, the power button, lock button, and other stuff that I'm going to show you also just yet. Then there's a safety guide that tells you about radio frequency exposure levels and the warranty on the device. Then there is a SIM ejector tool and some Apple stickers. Next, you get a Type-C to Type-C cable inside the box that will allow you to attach it to computers that have a Type-C USB port, and then there is a Type-C adapter as well. You'll know that the rating on this one is 18 watt. So these are the box contents. You need to buy the converter separately, and you also need to buy the pencil separately with the iPad Pro 12.5. Now let me pull out the iPad itself. Wow, it's a big one. I don't have any button on this one now, and if you go around the tablet, you'll see it has squarish corners, not the rounded ones you used to get with older iPads. It has a very flat appeal compared to the previous ones that were rounded. Now if you go around the iPad, you'll see it has a SIM slot, and there's also an eSIM embedded inside that you can get registered with Airtel and Jio. There is a volume rocker on the top. At the back you get a single camera with single LED flash and a microphone. And if you particularly talk about the microphones, this is the fifth one. There are 4 other microphones on the iPad. There's one on the top, so if it is docked in this fashion, there is a microphone at the top and at the back, and there are 3 on the right side. Now if you count the speakers that the iPad Pro has, there are 2 on the left and there are 2 on the right side, giving you a total of 4 speakers on the iPad Pro 12.9. So it's a quad speaker setup, and it's going to give you a great sound output. Also, there is front camera hidden on the top bezel along with the face recognition system. So face recognition system is one new thing on the iPad 12.9. It replaces the Touch ID and keeps the security as good as that on the iPhones. I'll turn on the iPad Pro 12.9 and then we'll take a look at the accessories you need to buy separately for the iPad Pro 12.9. First, there is a USB to headphone jack adapter, and it's priced at 900 rupees. Now there's not much to see in this one, but you do get 2 leaflets with it that tells you more about the USB to 3.5mm adapter. But this is the same accessory you used to get with the iPhone 10, and you also get with phones like the Google Pixel 3 XL or the 3 that does not have a 3.5mm audio jack. Next, let's pull out the Apple Pencil, shall we? The Apple Pencil is priced at 10,900 rupees, and you need to buy it separately if you are using the iPad Pro 12.9. Although supporting a stylus is one of the biggest features of the iPad Pro. It allows you to draw graphics and do many other things, but sadly it's not bundled with the iPad. So first up in the box, there is a small note that tells you more about the Apple Pencil and how to replace the tip. Then there is another leaflet that tells you how to safely handle the pencil, which is necessarily a safety guide, and then there is warranty information cleanly stacked inside. Then there is the pencil itself, white in color, that has a rectangular edge on one side that will stick to the iPad Pro, and I'll show you in a moment how it attaches to the iPad Pro and how it charges as well. The tip on the pencil can be replaced in this way once it wears out, or if you need to attach a much finer tip. So Apple also sells a smart keyboard folio alongside the iPad Pro, and let's take a look at the price. It's priced around 17,900 and you can buy it on the Apple Store and online as well. This accessory is for 12.9-inch iPad only and it's built for third generation iPads only. So let's quickly pull it out and take a look at the quality you get on this one. So the folio connects to the iPad using this smart connector that is given at the back side, and the iPad can dock in these two positions depending on the type of angle you want the iPad to keep. Now let's quickly take a look at the iPad and then we'll dock the new iPad on the smart folio. So while setting up the iPad Pro, you'll have to set up the Face ID as well, and for that you need to hold the iPad in the portrait mode. Okay, so I've set up the iPad Pro 12.9 and first let's take a look at how fast is the face recognition. The face recognition is same generation as the iPhone XS and it's pretty fast. As soon as I press the power button, the unlock happens and you can just slide to unlock the device. But there has to be an optimum range between you and tablet for it to work perfectly. Like now, it shows me that face is too far away and it won't unlock. And if I keep my hand here, you'll see that it says the camera is covered. So as soon as you press the lock button, you need to take your hand away for the camera to work properly. So these are some of the hiccups that you will encounter while using the face recognition on the tablet. But anyways, the iPad Pro 12.9 is quite a hefty and a big tablet. It has a lot of screen area for you to work on. Although it should give you best of both worlds, it's quite a heavy one and you would need a cover or a stand for it to use for a long time. The display on it is amazing. It's an LCD panel, but it has good resolution and color reproduction. Let me tell you how to use the pencil now. The pencil attaches to the iPad Pro at the top and it charges like this also. Although it's not a very secure way to keep the pencil attached to the tablet, it may fall accidentally if it's knocked down. So the pencil does not have any button on it, but it does have a touch sensitive surface here that if you double tap will allow you to change its function. For example, if I double tap, the pencil is selected and I can write on the tablet, and if I need to change the function, I'll just double tap and just erase what I need to erase. You can also change what the double tap on pencil does in the settings menu. It can be used to switch between current tool and the last used, show the color palette, or you can also switch off the double tap feature. The iPad Pro runs the same interface as the new iPhones, that is the iOS 12, and everything is same as the old iPad. Although it feels much faster, the animations are much smoother and you will see there are slight additions specific to the iPad Pro 2018. It runs the same operating system as the iPhone XS, comes with 12.1 out of the box, and you'll see the gestures are very similar. And if you need to access the brightness bar and other toggles, you need to pull down from the right side. Sliding and holding from the bottom gets you the recent apps menu, and sliding from the top gives you the notification panel. So to connect the pencil, there is a magnetic connector at the top that attaches the pencil to it, and to connect to the smart folio, you'll need to match these 3 points with the iPad folio. And this also has a magnetic connection with it, so it automatically adjusts to perfectly fit the iPad. So you can keep this in two orientations, one with a much flatter screen and one that gives you a better viewing angle if you are looking at it from a top position. iPad can unlock with face recognition, but in case it does not, you can always type in the code and it will work perfectly. The keyboard doesn't really have an amazing feedback, but gives you fast typing speed, and that is because the keys are nicely spaced out and you get a good space to rest your fingers on. The folio also acts as a cover, so you get some protection as well on the iPad Pro 12.9. Overall, the new iPad looks classy and an advanced piece of equipment that Apple wishes can replace your laptop someday. The variant I've unboxed is almost as expensive as the top model of a 13-inch MacBook Pro, and that is without the keyboard cover and the pen. But still, how interested would you be in buying the cheaper variant of the latest iPad Pro 12.9? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, if you have liked this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on technology, smartphones and other gadgets like this. Thank you for watching.